Alrighty, find the measurements of three-dimensional figures. We want to find the surface area and volume of this cone and round each measure to the nearest tenth if necessary. So the first thing we need to do is we need to use the Pythagorean theorem to find this slant height here, this diagonal. So the Pythagorean theorem, if you remember, is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where in this case a is 8 and b is 15. 8 squared is 64, and 15 squared is 225. So that gives us a total of 289. And then we have to take the square root of that because we don't want c squared, we want just c. So we take the square root of 289 and we get 17. So our length here is 17 inches. So 8, 15, and 17. Step 2, calculate the surface area of the cone. The slant height is 17 inches, the radius is 15. Use the formula for the surface area of a cone. So we have this surface area equals pi times radius times length plus pi times radius squared. So we put in 15 for the radius, we put in 17 for the length because this is the length of the slant height. And we simplify. So we get, let me put this in my calculator because I cannot do that in my head. 15, 17 plus pi 15 squared. And we get 1,507.96, which rounds to 1,508. So the surface area of the cone is 1,508 square inches. So if you think about the cone as being, well, this isn't like the best example here, but if we roll this into a point here, something like this, right? So we got like a cone type of shape. This is a horrible example. We're just to make it work. Okay, so we have our cone shape. So the surface area is all of this outside stuff, the paper, right? We're not talking about the inside area. We're talking about the outside. Step 3, calculate the volume of the cone. So we're going to use the formula V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. So we plug in our radius and our height. Notice that this is the height, not the slant height. And we get 1/3 times pi times 15 squared times 8, 1,884.95, so 1,885. So the volume is 1,885 cubic inches. So I want to point out again how this is a single length, right? So it's just inches. This is area, so it's inches squared or square inches. And then this is volume, so it's cubic inches or inches cubed. Okay. So every time you add a new dimension, you add a higher exponent. Okay. Keep that in mind as you continue working through this.